All right, we did have some extreme heat over the weekend when this fire started. Temperatures surpassing 100 degrees. Today we're expected to see, maybe, thunderstorms across the state. What else are we going to see today and this week? Let's chat with Chief Meteorologist Lindsay Storrs. Hey, Lindsay.
Good morning. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday to you. Okay, let's talk about that fire first of all.
Yes.
What kind of conditions are we seeing where that's burning?
Well, the winds have calmed down overnight. We had a few thunderstorms that popped up just south of that area yesterday, and they did produce some pretty gusty winds at times. We had some isolated gusts up there, 30 to 50 miles per hour. Thankfully, with the thunderstorms dying down overnight and the winds calming down a little bit overnight, that's what we're looking at is winds anywhere from 5 to about 15 miles per hour up there right now. So not completely calm, especially up in the mountain where this fire is being fought, but a lot better than it was yesterday, that's for sure.
How hot did it get over the weekend?
It got up into the triple digits. We hit a record on Friday at 103 degrees. Then Saturday we were just 1 degree cooler at 102. Excuse me. And then Sunday we got up to 101. Yesterday was 101. So we lost a degree each day, but still just darn hot all weekend long.
Okay, as I walked in this morning, your graphics are always up on the screen, you know, as you're preparing things.
Yes.
I was noticing some potential radar developments, right?
Yes, yeah. So we're going to see a few more monsoon thunderstorms. The monsoon pattern is starting to set up now, and let me show you this to you on our high-res future track. Do you see that blue down at the bottom of the screen? That's a ridge of high pressure, and you can see the arrows moving around it. That indicates the flow around this ridge of high pressure. So we've got winds out of the south, and that's what's pulling tropical moisture into the state. So just like we saw yesterday, a few thunderstorms are going to bubble up over the mountains around lunchtime. I've stopped this here at 2 p.m., and you can see they're starting to bubble up, really not impacting too many of the valleys yet at this point. But then as we go deeper into the afternoon, a few of those could roll into the valleys. I think the best chance for valleys to see these thunderstorms today will be valleys south of Salt Lake City. You can see on this how Davis, Weber counties really won't see a whole lot today. But from Salt Lake City south down into Utah County, the valleys of central Utah, a lot of the valleys of southern Utah could see a few of these thunderstorms popping up later today. St. George will probably get missed today, just so low in elevation that even if a thunderstorm does pop up in that area, a lot of the rain's going to evaporate, unfortunately.
Are we going to be seeing this trend through the week then?
Yeah, we are. Each and every day, these thunderstorms are going to be bubbling up. I think especially Thursday and Friday. Until that point, it's about a 20 to 30% chance of your neighborhood getting a thunderstorm each afternoon and evening. But by the time we get to Thursday, there's a little low pressure system that's going to drop down into Nevada, and that's really going to aid in pulling moisture up into the state. So I think Thursday is going to be our wettest day this week. Friday looks pretty decent as well. So until then, it's just kind of hit and miss, with the better chance coming Thursday and Friday.
You did say last week that the signs of the monsoon turning back on.
Return, and here it is, absolutely.
Okay, so what does this mean for flash flood potential?
Yes, let me show you.
They kind of go hand in hand, don't they?
Right, yeah, because they do produce that heavier rainfall from time to time. So take a look, Bryce Canyon, Capitol Reef, Grand Staircase, Zion National Park, they're all in the yellow category both today and tomorrow. That means that flash flooding is possible. So you're going to want to stay out of slot canyons, out of dry washes, away from burn scars, things like that in these areas, because this is where we're most likely to see those thunderstorms producing heavy rain. And keep in mind, I know people see, oh, that's just possible, that's fine, we can risk it. You're really playing with your life. You're kind of playing Russian roulette a little bit, because it just takes one thunderstorm, and that thunderstorm doesn't even have to be directly over the top of you. It can be miles away, and you're hiking through a slot canyon and you have no idea that it's raining 2 miles away, but suddenly here comes all the runoff from that thunderstorm right down the slot canyon where you're hiking. And that's why it's so dangerous, is you just don't have a whole lot of forewarning ahead of it to get out. A lot of these areas don't have service, so you're not going to get the flash flood warning. So it's just best to stay out of these flood-prone areas this time of year, especially when there's a chance of thunderstorms like there is today. Take it seriously.
And most people have no understanding of
Right.
the countless different drainages, creeks, all of these areas throughout parts of the state where
Yes.
they're just interconnected in ways that you don't understand.
Absolutely. And we're not just talking about water coming down. We're talking about these flash floods bringing rocks and boulders with it as well. Trees, entire trees can be taken down, especially if you've had a fire in an area. It's very easy to take those dead trees down with mudslides and flash flooding and things like that. So you've got to be especially careful.
Have you ever been near a flash flood?
I have not,
So-
thankfully, but I've heard, I mean, it sounds like a freight train.
You hear
coming
it
in. You
before
hear it.
you
Yes.
ever see anything. I remember a couple years ago, we had some pretty devastating flooding in Moab.
Yes.
And I went down there and we had more thunderstorms move in and
Yes.
got a flash flood warning.
Yep.
Went to a creek where some Moab police officers, and I was talking to him and he said, "Oh, it's coming. You're going to hear it soon."
You'll hear it first.
And it wasn't a giant flood at that point, but man, you hear it's pushing rocks
Yes.
and everything. It's
Yes.
incredible.
Yeah, and we're not just talking a few inches of water. We're talking feet of water. And especially if you're in an area like a slot canyon where you've got these sandstone cliffs
You
on
can't
both
get out.
sides of you, where are you going to go? Where are you going to go? So just be careful.
And there are plenty of stories where people will see blue sky above them, but the water comes from elsewhere, as you already mentioned.
Yeah, it really does. It can travel miles downstream. In fact, when flash flood warnings are issued, they do tend to be for the entire drainage area. And it can be a flash flood warning that's 30 miles long because that flash flood will work its way down all the tributaries of that river and things like that. So you're exactly right. Blue skies above you doesn't mean that there's not a flash flooding risk.
Okay, Lindsay, thank you so much. I
Yep.
know we'll chat with you later in the week. We
Okay,
appreciate it.
sounds good.
All right, to keep up to date with what's expected this week, you can download the KUTV 2 News weather app. Scan the QR code right there on your screen. That will take you to the download process.